Hello everyone and welcome to my first ever movie review. Today we are reviewing Paul Thomas Anderson's One Battle After Another. This is my first ever movie review, so bear with me. I'm kind of nervous. I've never reviewed a movie. I didn't even plan on making movie reviews on this YouTube channel, and but depending on how this goes, if I enjoyed what I made, I will continue. But when I came home from the theater, I was just like in awe of the movie. I mean, I liked it so much, and I still didn't think about making a review. But as I was sitting home on my couch eating dinner from getting home from the movie, and I was watching interviews of Leo and Benicio and Chase and everyone doing interviews, I was like, man, I should do a YouTube review, just because like I'm an actor. I want to share my opinion on what I felt about the movie, even if it's nothing different. It's not like hot take or anything that the movie's good. I just want to share my opinion because it's a video that's very important during my time. It came out while I was here. You know, I don't want to talk about it years to come from now and be like, oh yeah, I remember how I felt when I watched it all those years ago. I want to get my opinion out now, good while it's hot. So the movie was very good. I'll give it a score at the end of the video. Now, when I first heard of the movie, it was like the beginning of this year, like March probably, and I was scrolling through my social media, and I saw a trailer that Leo was going to be in a new movie with Tiana Taylor, and I was like, whoa, that's going to be great, right? And it was a teaser trailer. It was like 30 seconds. It was like 30 seconds, and I had no idea what was going on, to be honest. I was completely confused. It was just random. But I knew it was going to be good. Honestly, most of the marketing for the movie was through the fact that Leo was in it, in my opinion. I mean, there's multiple factors. Leo being in it, Leo and Tiana being in it together, and Paul Thomas Anderson, film enthusiasts and enjoyers that respect his craft, wanted to watch the movie. So hearing all three of those things was like, okay, this movie has to be good, even though it was completely random. This movie felt random, not necessarily random on the plot line, but just the way the pacing was and everything. It was, and the mix of action, satire, comedy, drama in a way, just was very random. It felt very random. So I was very confused whenever, not even seeing the movie first, but just whenever that teaser trailer came out. It only showed us like Tiana shooting the LMG while she's pregnant and stuff like that, and then a baby being born and him looking at a baby, and then the daughter being full grown or whatever. So I was very confused, but I knew that I wanted to go see it, and they said that there was like a full trailer coming out next week. So they ended up showing the full trailer like the week after, and I was excited. I still didn't really understand it, to be honest. The trailer, it's one of those rare trailers. Most trailers, I always watched them, but I try not to watch too many trailers of like old things, movies that, because you know I'm young, so I haven't seen all the movies that I want to see yet. And I'd never watched a trailer for those movies. I just know, I hear that it's good, and I go watch it. Because a lot of those trailers spoil a lot of things, and based off what I've seen in that trailer, I can tell by the time I get to that moment in the movie what's going to happen. So, it's a big spoiler. This trailer, though, nothing spoiled me. Nothing. I mean, it was great. This trailer was so sporadic, so random. I didn't know what was coming, and it was just great. It was one of those movies where you literally just have to go watch it. Just go watch it and find out what it's about, because nothing else could really explain it to you. So, I went to go see the movie on Friday. Here's a picture taken by my mother's very blurry Android phone of me next to the poster. It was a very great experience, very amazing movie experience. Now, seeing it in theater, unfortunately, had a lot of traffic, so I think I missed the first opening scene, which I did. I missed the first opening scene. The scene was about, I think I missed the first 2 or 3 minutes. About 2 minutes of the movie, the first 2 minutes of the movie. So I'm going to see it again with more family because I want to show more people it. So I will see the first 2 minutes. But from what I've seen, it's Sean Penn talking to Tiana Taylor about something, and the rest. I was there in time. When I got there, it was Sean Penn. When I got there, when I first walked in, like walking up to find our seats, it was Tiana blowing up something. I believe something blew up. So maybe something blew up, and then it cut to Tiana and Leo robbing someone, and Sean Penn was in a car looking at her through binoculars. So it was, I missed the first few minutes of it, but needless to say, I made it in time to fully understand the movie. I wasn't really late. I was just a little late because traffic was very bad. So the plot line of the movie is Leonardo DiCaprio trying to keep his daughter from getting caught up in the past horrors of his old life. So he's very protective of her or whatever, and she ends up needing to be saved by Leo. But Leo is very out of his league and what's in the situation. So it's very realistic. It's a very realistic movie. Nothing is like superhero-ish. Nothing's convenient. I mean, well, there are some convenient things, but nothing's like Mission Impossible, which is like my favorite franchises. But nothing's like jumping over buildings and able to just do everything. It's very realistic. It's very, you got to get lucky. You got to know certain people that can help you a little bit, because you by yourself can't do all these things to save your daughter. So I really liked everything was realistic. Everyone in the movie was a realistic character. In most movies, I'm going to give an example. This is kind of a spoiler. It's not a big spoiler. It's a very small spoiler. But if you watch the movie and then you think about it, you could be like, okay, well, I already know. Okay, so it's coming right now, and then I'll get back to the normal movie. Most of the people in the movie, when the problem came to them, they fled or they snitched. It's very realistic, in my opinion, because most of these people, if I'm just all the people that are getting caught, someone's bound to snitch. In most movies, they make it one person, maybe two. Okay, in this movie, everyone did it besides one person, or I guess you could consider 4 people, but mainly one main character didn't sell out, kind of. Okay, so it was very realistic in that situation. I felt like it was a very realistic approach on every single character. Everything that these characters did made sense on that person would do that. Okay, no spoilers anymore for now. Just visually, the movie was great. Not like it wasn't like appealing visuals. It was the cinematography. It was the way the camera worked and everything. It was every turn that was made me feel suspenseful. Every turn that was made me feel suspenseful, because the cameras were zoomed in, and sometimes the cameras were zoomed in on like people's faces and like cutting in between people, like just moving in and out between people and zooming in on people so that you didn't really know what was around them. You could only see them and their facial expressions, kind of like Spielberg's way of the awe moment by zooming in on a person and while they're looking at like a dinosaur or something, right? It was kind of like that, but not them in awe or anything. It was just so enclosed. The camera was so close to certain people's faces that you just feel uncomfortable. Like towards the end with Sean Penn, like he's walking through cubicles, and any moment I just felt like something could happen. Like it just the way of the camera working made me feel suspenseful, even if there wasn't a feeling or a moment that made it feel like there's something that's going to happen. It just made it feel uncomfortable. I was on my edge of, and my heart was a little high rated during the whole movie. Also, as for the cinematography as well, another example is towards the end of the movie, you know, when it was shot on the desert, these hilly roads, very steep hills of road, very steep roads, and it's considered a suspenseful piece of the film. And the way that the camera helped portray the storyline of the film during this scene, of the pacing, the way the camera helped the pacing was very unique, because we didn't necessarily know what was going to be trailing behind us or what was to come ahead of us until we got over the hill, or until we dropped down the hill, you know. And it was the camera was the reason that we understood the pacing of that scene. So the cinematography, Paul Thomas Anderson just did his thing as he always does, and it was very memorable, and it was great. So, very like the cinematography. As for the plot line, we've already talked about that. You know, Sean Penn was the villain of the movie. He was the villain of the movie. And he did very well. When it comes to acting, I think in this movie, I think Sean Penn definitely did some great work. Probably the best work in this movie. You know, probably had to stand. I think in this movie, Sean Penn had the standout role, in my opinion. Sean Penn had the standout role. He did very well. Leo, obviously, I love Leo. He's one of my biggest inspirations of acting, right? So it was very Leo-like, in my opinion. Not like the decisions that he would be making, but it felt more familiar. I felt more familiar with the way Leo acted, and I felt. But yeah, Leo's character felt way more familiar. Sean Penn was like a different person, in my opinion. Sean Penn was like a different person. It was very good. Okay, Leo was like Leo, but stoned, which is great. I mean, we love Leo. Leo always is a great actor, but I'm just saying it felt more familiar to me, saying, okay, that's Leo being funny right now. Same thing with Benicio del Toro. Benicio just being odd and funny, like in the Phoenician Scheme. So both of them, Leo and Benicio, felt very familiar, but in a great way, not like in a redundant way, like in a great way. I love them, their characters. Leo, his character's name is Bob Ferguson, and Benicio del Toro I don't remember his name. I think his name was just Sensei. I don't know. I'm gonna call him Sensei. I know his name wasn't Sensei, but I'm gonna just call Benicio's character Sensei. They did great. They need like a movie together, like the two of them, like doing some type of funny movie. Like that's how good they were. Even though the movie was very serious, very, very serious, Leo and Benicio gave us very relieving moments of just laughter, you know, just fun. It was very fun. Well, as soon as they linked up together, and even before Leo met Benicio in the movie, Leo was funny. But them together was just great. I mean, it was actually great. It was like, I need more of that. I need to find more of that. Now, as for Tiana, she did great as well. I thought she would be in the movie a lot more, but from the trailer, I could see why she wouldn't. I mean, I could definitely, I wasn't surprised that she wasn't in the movie more, but I thought there would have at least been, like, based off of what was going on in the movie, there would have at least been, like, more something. But it is what it is. That's how the movie was. That's also realistic, you know. Also realistic of you just not seeing. Not everything is perfect. You get what I'm saying? So, not like the movie is bad. I'm saying like not in life. Like for that movie, not everything was perfect for them. So that's why there could have been more, but there wasn't with that character. But she was great. Very good character. I don't agree with the decisions that she made, but you can never blame someone whenever they have postpartum. So yeah, she was just going through it, and I completely understand. But it's just unfortunate because it affected a lot of other people's lives. So yeah, as for Chase Infinity, I mean, great new star, bright new star. Really good, really good. Like, she was just doing great in her role. I had no like doubts in what she was doing and the decisions that she was making for that character, which is really good. I mean, I hope I get to do like a movie or a TV show or something. But I mean, obviously, I would like to be in a movie with Leo, but Chase Infinity as well. Like, as a co-star, like, to learn from her would be great. You know, like certain stars, like, I feel like could boost my knowledge and understanding as a coworker, and like my passion of and just improving, like, will just help me improve. So yeah, I'm very excited to see what else she works in. Benicio del Toro, like I said, was great. Sean Penn was great. Leo was great. Regina Hall was very great. I liked how she was an anchor for the cast, along with Benicio. Benicio and Regina Hall were just anchors for the cast, because in the beginning of the movie, when I was sitting there, I was kind of confused on where, I didn't know what the storyline was or whatever. So I was kind of confused on the narrative that was going on when Tiana Taylor and a girl named Jungle Kitty was robbing a bank, and it just felt, the things that Jungle Kitty was saying just felt a little stereotypical. I don't know how to say that. Just a little stereotypical. You know, there are people like this there are people like this, but they're not the only people, you know. So I was relieved whenever I realized that Regina Hall's character was more grounded. Yeah. So with that, I was a little confused at the beginning of the movie. I just got into the theater. That was like in the first 5 minutes of me being there. So I didn't really know where we were going with these characters, with these types of characters, and also the fact that the nuns, there's these nuns in there that are, you know, not very nun-like or whatever, you know, and the only person besides Regina Hall, or the only person that had like a good head on their shoulders was Chase Infinity, who's Leo's daughter. So it felt a little off. I don't know if that makes sense, but what made it not off was, I'm just saying this to say that I'm glad that Regina Hall was there, because she was also another example of a strong black woman. That's what I'm saying. So it was, although Tiana Taylor's character was a strong black woman as well, but as we've stated, she made decisions that we don't agree with, that we wouldn't do. You know, even though she had to be strong for herself, she made selfish decisions, while Regina Hall made selfless decisions. So I'm glad that there was a selfless, firm anchor there, like Regina Hall's character. So she was a very important character to the plot line. If she wasn't there, I would have felt some type of way, but I didn't. So I really have nothing negative to say about the movie. You know, that's me while I'm sitting there watching it. I'm like, wait, this is a problem. And then I find out, wait a minute, no, Regina Hall's character is fixing this problem. There is no problem with the movie. The movie is amazing. Every actor did great. The guy that was interrogating the kids and Regina Hall and stuff, that guy, I think that was his first feature film, and he was great. And he's just getting into his acting career, I think, or something. I don't know how long, if he's acted in anything else. But when it comes to films, I mean, it's just great. I mean, for that to be his first one, and for this to be Chase's first movie, it was just a beautiful thing to see them all just act amazingly, you know. And not a single person in the movie brought the film down in any type of way. I mean, none of them. Everyone was great. So it was just a perfect production. I felt very excited to go watch this movie because it's 2025 and I'm very young, and I am old enough now to where I can understand serious movies that I'm watching, as to when I was like 14 or something, I might not understand what's going on here, you know, 6 years ago. So, for example, Interstellar, I didn't see in the theater, but I think I saw it like whenever it came on TV or whatever, and I was watching it in the room with my grandpa, and I was just completely lost. I don't know when that movie came out. I think I was like 12 or 11. And I was completely lost throughout half the movie. I made it to where they got on Miller's Planet, and I heard a knock on my door, and it was my friend coming and asking if I could come over to his house and play. So I just went over there, and I just left the movie, you know? And that's like an amazing movie that I'm seeing right now at that age, and I didn't understand it. And it had come out when I was born. Not when I was born, but when I was alive, and I didn't understand it, and I couldn't get that experience of I was there that day that it came out. A lot of the movies that I love are movies that were born before me, or I was born, you know, like too late, like The Departed or something, you know, like I was alive, I think it was in 2007, 8, I don't know. I was alive, but I wasn't old enough to watch it, obviously. It came out, but I wasn't allowed to watch it. I was like 2. So I am very glad that 2025, I was there watching a film that I can honestly call a classic. It's a classic. Honestly, it's a classic. I was there. I can in 2025, I was there the day of. Today's Saturday, the 27th. The movie came out on the 26th. I watched it yesterday, Friday, on the 26th. When I'm 80, I could tell my great grandkids, I was there when One Battle After Another came out, and I was going to the theater to go watch it. I made a movie review on it. It was amazing. It was a great movie, Sonny. You know, like, it was that good of a movie. I know that it's going to be a classic just for me sitting here thinking on it. I know that it's going to be a classic movie. So with that being said, I'm going to give the movie a 9 out of 10. The movie, I think, checked all the boxes. When I say 9 out of 10, that's honestly the highest score I'm going to give any movie. Maybe if anything could reach 10, it would be like The Godfather 1 or 2, or like 1 and 2 combined. I could give it like 10, okay? That's like the only movie. 9 out of 10 is perfect for me, because when people give me a 9 out of 10, I'm like, I'm excited, but when people give me a 10 out of 10, don't buy it. You get what I'm saying? Like, a 10 out of 10 doesn't feel genuine or believable to me. So I give movies 9s out of 10s if they're perfect for me. This was perfect. Interstellar, I would put like an 8 out of 10 for comparison. This movie I would put at a 9 out of 10. That's how good it is. I don't find a single hole in it. I can find some confusing things in Interstellar. I don't find a single hole in this movie at all. I think it was great. I've only seen it once. I have to watch it a second time. It's just too early to review it? No, it's not. The movie was that good. I liked it so much when I watched it. I have to see it again. I'll probably see it 3 times in the theater. So, maybe 4. No, I'll probably see it 3 times in the theater. So, this is my first YouTube movie review. I'm not sure if you guys liked this video, but if you guys did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment if we should do more videos like this. I would have done a movie review for F1 and Mission Impossible, but I didn't feel as compelled to do them for them like I did for this movie. F1 was a great movie as well. Mission Impossible was my favorite spy franchise. The last movie was good, but F1 was good as well. But this movie This movie was great. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This movie is a 9 out of 10 for me. Shout out to Paul Thomas Anderson and the cast of One Battle After Another. I will see y'all on the next video. Peace.